All right, welcome to, I think this is 78, episode 78, 77 of My FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's a video, there's a blog, there's a transcript, but most importantly, you want to go to the blog. You want to go to the blog, and the blog is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, or you can try myfxbuddies.com, but I think you have to use the HTTPS. Yeah, because the video's there, all the images are there, everything's there. Or if you don't care to see the articles, the full articles, you can just go to Rumble, and that's where the video is. All right. Oh, and if you're watching or listening to this on YouTube, you are just listening to it. I know there's something there that looks like a video, but it's not the actual video. So if you look down below what appears to be the video, you'll see the word more. Click on the word more, and then more information comes down. And the link to the blog is there. Also, anywhere you're listening, if there's a more info, intro, description, if there's anything like that, if you click there, the link to the blog should be there. All right. I think that's everything. Okay, it is July 5th. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to do this earlier, but it was so loud, and they're still popping off firecrackers. Well, fireworks, I should say. So if you hear some booms and stuff, that is what that is. But it was, I don't want to say it was bad because I enjoy fireworks, but it was just loud. There was no way I could record. Okay, anyway, so, when the volume goes down like that, it's because I have Telegram, and I cannot shut it down because I will forget that it's on. So just bear with that when the noise goes down, and I try to repeat what I just said while it went down, so you'll hear it. But other than that, the volume should be fine. I check all my levels. I listen to this before I upload it to make sure that it's working or whatever. But I am me all by myself. I don't get paid for this. And so I got cheap equipment, and I'm doing the best I can. So quiet your environment, maybe turn up your volume. But yeah. All right. So let's get into it. So let's see, July 3rd, most of the news was about Barzani. So Barzani, let's see, Barzani, Daddy Barzani, it's not gonna let me do it. Why won't it do it? He came over to Baghdad for 2 days. Let's see. And here's his itinerary. So he came Wednesday the 3rd. So this is on the blog. If you want to see everyone he met with, here it is. He was given the royal welcome, red carpet. A bunch of people shook his hand because it is historic for them. I don't think this has anything to do with the RV. But it's historic for them. He hadn't been there in 6 years, so they say. And again, that's why I say he's the one running Kurdistan. His son, I'm pretty sure it's one of his sons. He probably has a lot of sons, but so I call the son Barzani is the president, the current president. The nephew Barzani is the current prime minister. Daddy Barzani is just the head of one of the political parties. Yeah, let me turn that down. So, why is it such a big deal that he's going there? Why does it matter that he hasn't been there in 6 years? Because he's the one running Kurdistan, right? If you don't know, the Barzanis are the main family in Kurdistan, and then the Talibanis are the second ruling family. All right, anyway, so here's the list, but check this out. He went to meet with my favorite judge, the Iranian judge. He went to meet with him. He met with Alina Romanowski. He met with the Chinese ambassador. So he met with some other ambassadors too. I mean, it was like meeting after meeting after meeting. He spent a lot of time, he spent most of his time with Sudani. But it was a whirlwind tour, and it was all over TV. In fact, today, July 4th, they reran a lot of it on their news. There wasn't any really new news. They just reran a lot of his visits, and they had people talking. I don't really know what they were saying. I don't really care either, but because, like I said, that's good for them, not for us. I don't think it has anything to do with the RV, but maybe it does, because there is an article that we'll get to where it says that part of the vision of his trip was to finally fulfill the HCL. Yeah, right. They've been working on the HCL since 2007. They didn't need Barzani to take a trip there, right? But anyway, so there's that. All right. So we'll go back up to the top. So the most articles over the weekend were about the parallel exchange rate. And you see, they're talking about the dollar again. And there's a couple of $20 bills. Despite the rise in the dollar, Mohammed Saleh, who is the financial advisor to the prime minister, right? He says the parallel market today is not important. But that's all the articles we're talking about. So it's gotten up to 1,500, which is not good, right? It was down to 1432, I think, is where it had gotten to. And now it's back at 1,500 dinars per dollar. But they know why. Let's see. So they're giving the CBI props for making all these changes and getting the parallel rate down, and talking about stability. There was stability. They keep saying that. If you go to the blog and you read the articles here, you'll see each article has the word stable. Look here. Here's stable. Stable. Matter of fact, let's just do this right quick. Stable. This article has it 3 times, but it also has stability. So they're saying, don't worry, we still have strong reserves that support the Iraqi dinar, right here. Based on the above, in light of the strength of the foreign reserves supporting the Iraqi dinar, the value of which is blah, blah, blah. I believe those are fake numbers anyway. The reason for the spike right now that they can pinpoint it to, the travelers. The travelers are coming, they're making their way back. And the CBI has again changed who can sell dollars and the criteria. And it doesn't even start until July 14th. And today is just July 5th. So, are they going to do something to get a hold on this? I don't know. Today's the last day of the week. Tomorrow's their holy day. Saturday is their day where they do stuff. They go to market, they run errands. Sunday's a holiday. So there won't be a auction. There won't be an auction Friday. Possibly there'll be one. I don't know. I don't think there'll be one Saturday. So those are days that normally they would put dollars in the market to bring the rate down, but it's not going to be available. So we'll see. It could get up even higher. Well, it's actually, yeah, it's the dollar. The dollar rate could be higher. So, but here, this last sentence of the first article says the irregular secondary market, due to the freedom of external transfer, is affected by the official exchange market rate, whose operations are constantly expanding in favor of dealing with the fixed official rate. Now, notice the emphasis on fixed. So I think there's people out there, and not just Frank 26, but there's other people for a long time who have thought it was going to float. I can't think of their names right now. Oh my gosh. Brightling. And I can't think of the other guy. They've been around for a long time. Anyway, I don't see them floating. I see it being a fixed rate. But anyway, parliamentary finance reveals reasons for the rise in the dollar price. And it's the same thing. Just different people talking. Now check this out. Baghdad dollar was influenced by China. The market tried to absorb this shock and fell below 1500. I know that says 150, but it's because it's going by 150,000 to 100. But if you take these two zeros off and you drop two zeros, then it's 1500 to 1500 dinar to $1. So this is the first time I've ever heard this. But I'm going to read this middle paragraph. In addition to the possibility of a conflict, but you see they use a three-letter word here, right? That I'm not going to say. Breaking out in Lebanon, money exchange workers attribute the rise in the dollar price to the central bank's decision to limit the sale of dollars to travelers at airports and by certain employees of government banks, in addition to stopping transfers to China and requesting their return under certain conditions related to monitoring, auditing, and changing correspondent banks. So, was there some hanky stuff going on there? Some corruption? Some smuggling? I don't know. But it didn't take long. Whatever happened right there, they haven't even been getting yuan for a year, right? I don't even think it's been a year that they've been trading in the yuan. And the transfers were stopped. So something happened there. And it doesn't say we made them do it. It seems that the CBI did it on their own. So, yeah, so then again here they're going to start selling dollars on the 14th of this month. So I think this is going to continue until the 14th. Since they're using this as an excuse, because meanwhile the corrupt ones are making money, right? What was the word? What obscene amounts of money because of the difference, right? So we'll see. Here's another article. The secret of the fluctuation of the dollar price in local markets. This is an economic expert talking about it and how it's even affecting the trade with neighboring countries, Turkey, Iran, Syria, and Jordan. All right. Here's urgent. Economist warns, we are approaching the moment of the dinar's collapse against the dollar. And this is an economic expert. There's his name. And so this was Thursday, which was July 4th. He warned against the collapse of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar. So also, a lot of these people are, well, he's not a politician, but they're using this as a point to speak, right? To stir up friction, let's say that, amongst the parties, right? That's what I think anyway. So, yeah, it's expected that the ban of the uh, transfers here, see that here in yuan. So here's another person. Here's another. This is a different guy saying the same thing. Now here he's saying the Federal Reserve, which is us, banned Iraqi transfers in yuan. So maybe it is us, right? Due to suspicions of smuggling, money laundering, and financial fraud. And it's expected that ban will increase, but I thought they had a time frame. Limiting this. No, they don't have it. Oh wait, as I mentioned in previous attached tweets, the Central Bank of Iraq has not been able, after more than 18 months of the exchange rate crisis. So he's saying, look, we're in a crisis. I don't care how much they keep saying things are stable. Kind of like somewhere else, right? Okay, so here is Mohammed Saleh. He comments on the return of the dollar price rise. So it's just a different publication. Saleh said in a press interview, despite the fluctuations in the parallel or irregular exchange market, whose short-term fluctuations are the result of noise from colored or confusing information originating from international or regional circumstances or the issuance of some regulatory instructions adapted to foreign currency, blah, 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 speculators, but we're stable. We have a fixed exchange rate system. See, still based on a strong foundation at that, of our foreign reserves. So he's saying, don't worry, it's only temporary. Yeah. So that one is long. This one's long, but you might want to read it. Okay, here, this. The regional government welcomes the federal court's decision regarding the freedom to localize salaries in banks. So this is the Kurdistan region. I guess there was something in the courts. Well, I do know the people wanted banks not associated with the two ruling families of Kurdistan to have their money go through those banks. Because now a lot of them, I think they're up to 400,000 people, are on the system where their money goes to a debit card in a bank. Then they can pull it out from there. So, yeah, so I guess that will make them happy. Here's another article. This is financial expert and former director of the CBI, Mahmoud Dagher. He gives 3 reasons behind the rise of the dollar against the Iraqi dinar. They're the same reason, but I just want you to see how many articles were out about the exchange rate. Here's the central bank directs. Now, if you haven't seen the central bank building, they're not finished. If you can see the top there. But look at this. This is the Tigris or the Euphrates River. I don't know. And then look at, see, it's not a desert. Look, it's a city. And at night it's really pretty because it's all lit up. But yeah, so, and guess what? They already know this building is sinking and they've projected. Forgive me, it's not funny. But look how close they are to the water. And even though they put structures below ground, it's sinking. So eventually they're going to have to do something. But it's very, very unique looking, right? Anyway, just thought I'd do that in case you hadn't seen the CBI building. So here's the notice that they put out about the new way to sell dollars starting July 14th. Here, Sadani made an announcement. Iraq is witnessing the highest growth rate in the region. Growth of what? They had a job day. They also had the commencement, the graduation of the new military people. Busy. It was busy 2 days. Busy 2 days for them. Having nothing to do with the RV. So, what was this about? Yeah. So it's always nice, to hear him brag about stuff. Although there's people demonstrating still, demanding jobs. Demanding the jobs they were promised 3 years ago. They still haven't gotten. Oh, and okay, short term. Sadani's advisor explains the reason for the continued rise in the exchange rate. So there he is again, Mohammed Saleh, talking to someone else, saying, but I just wanted you to see how heavily they're discussing, because people often say, well, why aren't the citizens out in the street? Why aren't they demanding this? And why aren't they complaining about that? And you see how they're telling them, don't panic, it's only temporary. As soon as July 14th comes, we're going to start selling dollars to the travelers, right? So we'll see. Let's see. This is the commission guy, and this picture should be right here. Oh, it's 22 minutes. Okay. The government has successfully completed the sale of financial bonds. So I think this is like the third or fourth round, but only the first one that was sold through the ISX, right? First or second, but so he's happy about that. Here's the article I was talking about. Parliamentary committee to the news. The oil and gas law is almost complete. And this is what we hope for from Barzani's visit to Baghdad. So if you want to read that, you can. And there's his schedule. We already went over. So I think we're almost done here. All right, here's the article. Sunday is a holiday on the occasion of the Islamic New Year, but not every Islamic one, because Iran does their Islamic New Year in March 20th, March 23rd. So I don't know, but yeah. And then well, here's an article. Here's another one. Here's Sadani saying our country has natural and human resources and assets, some of which have not been invested to this day. So this is another one. Iraq has the highest growth rate in the region. But yeah, they still need some other stuff, right? There was a celebration of National Job Day. Okay, so look at this. Iraq is crowded with all kinds of holidays. Businesses are halted and employees are not compensated for official working hours. So, and here's the list of all these are the national holidays for 2024. In addition to these, there's other ones. Yeah, because see, they don't even have Christmas on here. But so these are like Iraqi ones, right? Then there's even more. There's Kurdish ones, there's Yazidi ones, there's all kinds. So, but what are they going to do? Here, it even says right here, there's only an annual working days of 225 days because there's official and unofficial holidays of 140 days. And they even calculate how much money is lost. But you know, it's not going to change anything. Okay, let's see. Experts predict. All right. So here's partly why I had put my timeline out till September because of geopolitical stuff, right? Experts predict increased involvement of Iraqi resistance in regional conflict. And this guy right here is Fayed, and he's a military person, and I don't know who he is, but you can see this guy back here is a military person, and this guy here, I believe, is like Secret Service for Sudani, because he's in a lot of pictures. How do I know? I just remember bald-headed men. I know, I'm so shallow. I need to grow up, but you know, at least I know my faults, right? And look, what they put a disclaimer here. This is not typical. They don't normally do this. The views presented by the author do not necessarily reflect the official standpoint of the news agency. Whoa. So I'm like, are they breaking news here or what? I'm not sure. I mean, they're pointing out things that have already happened, right? And then saying there's a possibility that they're going to be involved. But the news agency is like, don't be coming messing with us. We're just reporting. Oh, yeah, and just like I wanted to emphasize yet again, I only cover articles. I don't do rumors. I don't do sources. I don't have boots on the ground. I only report articles. And, and we got another report from Tabakchali. An unfolding structural economic transformation. And see, here's his name, Ahmed Tabakchali. And this is actually, I don't know if it's because I spend so much time reading these things, but this is really easy to understand. So, and the charts, there's charts and graphs here, but let's see. Everything is good. Here, the latest annual data of the CBI on the adoption of banking support. The assertion made here most recently in What Next after a gangbuster year. And then he goes on to talk about how many point of sale machines are in, how much business they're doing on the credit, debit, prepaid cards, the ATM machines. Year over year, they have year over year numbers, e-wallets. Here's another graph. So if you like graphs and charts and numbers, which usually I glaze over when I read stuff like this, but I didn't this time. And it is, there's a PDF if you want, see? So if you go to the blog, that's everything is, you don't have to join anything. You have to, no subscription cost. Just go to the blog. Everything, all the articles are there for free. And then this is the report, but if you want to download it and save it to your computer, there's a link for you to download it on the blog, which is at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. All right, so we're done. So today, right? Today's Friday? Jeez Louise, I don't even know. Yes, today's Friday. It's a regular business day, but I don't anticipate a recording. It's usually slow, and since Sunday's a holiday, they're probably preparing, right? Doing their pre-stuff, shopping and all that. So thank you for listening. Sorry it's not more exciting, but that's what the articles are about. I thought I had something. Oh, there's still nothing in the Gazette. So I do think we're gonna have to wait the 15 days, but we have to be what, 8, 9 days into the 15 days? So what's another week, right? All right. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. I hope those of you in the States who celebrate, I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. I did. I It doesn't take much for me. I just appreciate being alive and having people in my life that love me and appreciate me. And yeah, so I don't have too much to complain about, right? So every day is a good day to me. I love my country. Sad to see what it's going through right now, but boy, God ain't playing, right? He is exposing. Exposing. Anyway, so thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of, oh, wait, I'm supposed to say, wherever you're listening or wherever you're enjoying this content, if there's a join, subscribe, follow, whatever button, click, swipe, tap, whatever that. And so when I do update, you'll be notified because I don't update regularly. Thank you to everyone who leaves comments. Oh, I don't think I got to all of them. I was pretty busy. Um, but I do have to monitor them. Guys, please don't complain about a certain group. I'm not going to post those. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to complain about something we have no control over. If you don't like what they say, don't listen. It's that simple. If you're listening to some group and you don't like what they say, then stop listening. But if I'm just letting you know, if you leave a comment that's negative towards a group, I will not display it because it doesn't. I do this to help people. I do this to try to make the article story easier to follow and understand. I don't want people complaining or being bitter. Um, like there's one person who always says, yeah, 2025. And that's his right. I think it's a he. What, whatever. And so that I don't mind. And he says why. He has said why he thinks 2025. And hey, honestly, we're what, another month closer to 2025, right? So I don't know. But anyway, I just asked that um leave. It's okay to leave comments, but you don't need to I've said it enough. I'm not gonna dwell on it any longer. All right. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame, it is that you're enjoying this content. And until next time, thank you.